We are back with yet again another episode of The Disconnect where we talk about relationship issues as well as challenges and successes of men and women. So, our special guest is Cord TV, and he presented this topic to me a few weeks ago, and it's one of those topics that's extremely controversial. Some people say we should, some people say we shouldn't. But the question for today is, should men and women go 50-50? So, Cord, what do you think about this? Should men and women go 50-50?
I'm glad you asked that. First and foremost, let me put a disclaimer. This is just coming from my perspective. This is not the end all is all. You whatever fits you is whatever fits you. You do how you whatever fits you. But this is just coming from my perspective. My perspective is for me, I have to go 50-50. I mean, and it's not necessarily a straight down the middle 50-50, but whatever is going to be where when we get done taking care of business, she has money, I have money, we'll still, everybody's happy. It's not all on one person. That's my perspective of it.
Okay. Do you feel like it's one of those things based upon a person's financial state? Or is it one of those things as to where once you start making more money, you're still gonna want to go 50-50? Like does it go based upon a person's finances, or is it just like you just want to be 50-50 regardless of how much money you make?
Uh, Again, purely my perspective. For me, I have to say we need to be. It has to be a partnership all the way down. I mean, that's what it is. It's a partnership. You know what I'm saying?
What if you
Even
make more than a woman? So you feel like, let's say you make $30 an hour and she only makes $15 an hour. Do you still feel like she should give half? Or if let's say you make 15 an hour and she
well,
makes 30 an hour, do you feel like you should like y'all should still give half? Or how do you feel like that will work?
we have to come to some agreement where it's going to be fair for both of us. Like in that situation, let's just say this. Let's say I go with that type of person, right? And we're in a household or something. Let's do like, okay, I'm gonna pay the rent, I'm gonna pay the light bill, I'll probably pay the cable bill or something, and you just get the groceries and the household products and whatever miscellaneous stuff to come after that. And then, hey, it's split, but it's probably not a straight down a 50-50-50, but it's split, but it helps both of us because you don't have that much, but you're still contributing. And, I'm still contributing. I'm making it easy on you. That way we're making it easy on each other. It's
Okay.
still a partnership. It's still a team, you know.
Okay.
That's
I
just
saw
my
I saw an interesting quote on your page. You posted this like meme the other day, and it said
hmm
either I'm going to pay all the bills, either I'm going to pay all the bills and cheat, or I'm going to go half and be faithful. What does
Now,
that mean to you? Why did you post
uh,
that?
shout out to TK Kirkland. He's a very smart guy, very interesting guy, good comedian. Um, The reason I put that up there, and I put that post up there before there was a big thing about it. Um, I think that quote goes over people's heads, and this is what I will say. This is just my perspective, and I've in this perspective I've seen this with my own eyes. I've experienced seeing this with other people, and I've been in a predicament like that myself. Well, man or woman, um, when somebody they got the majority of the stuff. Let's say I'm with a woman, I'm not paying nothing, I'm not doing nothing, I'm not contributing nothing, and she's paying all the bills or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? I have no say. I have no nothing in the fight. You know what I'm saying? I have no say. I can't point out like, hey, we need to do this. She's not gonna listen to me. You know why? Because she's paying all the bills. That means if she has a dog or something, her dog serves more of a purpose than I do because I'm not contributing. You know what I'm saying? You know how women will say, well, if we're 50-50, then you just like a roommate, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. Well, if a woman is not contributing nothing, if you got a partner and he or she is not contributing anything, then they have no say. It's like a dictatorship. And most men, not all men, but most men that strive to want to pay all the bills and do all of that, those are controlling guys most of the time. You know what I'm saying? They're old school controlling guys, guys that want to basically run everything. You know what I'm saying? And tell the woman what to do, and woman, you do this and this. It's kind of like that. Most men, not all men, but most men. You get what I'm saying? Do that make sense?
Okay. And yeah, I get what you're saying. And also, a lot of us, we talk about submission and things like that. Do you feel that in a marriage, a woman would submit to a man or should be required to submit to a man that goes, or, like, as far as not like, I know people say, hey, we should submit to each other. But as far as leadership and trusting a man's guidance, do you feel a woman should submit or be guided by a man that she's going 50-50 with? Or should she say, I don't necessarily have to listen to you because we're going half?
That's an interesting question. I just think that with that is because I like it's a video that Brittany Renner she had put out, and it was pertaining to this type of stuff. I'm not 100% sure that I want a woman like this, just like totally submitting to me like that. Because and I'm gonna tell you why. Because like honestly, two heads are better than one. It's like we might have a situation where I'm more familiar with it. I have expertise in this situation and I can run point on it. But then it's also, what I'm saying, she might have expertise herself where she's better at it than me and she run a point on it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe sometimes we run point together or whatever like that. I just think, I want to value her opinions and everything like that to go to stuff because she might know something. She might know more than I do, or I might know more than her, and we can collaborate and get whatever need to be done together. I don't think it has to be her submitting to me and this, that, and the third. I'm a different thinker than that. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind being a leader. I can run some stuff, but if she's more equipped with it than me, then she can run point on this particular situation. That's just my perspective.
Okay. And also, I know a few days ago, if you guys aren't familiar with my page, but I posted this basically this picture where Monique was stating that we value the wrong things and a lot of us prioritize money and what each other brings to the table versus love. Cord,
Mm.
how do you feel like about that? Do you feel like money is an important aspect of a relationship, or do you feel that it's not as important as people make it out to be?
That's a good question. I think it's equally yoked. I think they're both important. You know what I'm saying? You want to be with somebody that's got something going, some potential, something. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want nobody. You might be, in your bag and on top tier stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you moving and grooving, and this person just ain't, they ain't up there. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't trying to be up there. So it's kind of equally yoked, but you don't want to be so focused on what people are making and what they're doing and all of that that what I'm saying, that you're not looking at, well, you just looking at the part that he got money, he doing this and that, but you're not looking at his character. You're not looking at her character, how she carries herself, how he carries himself, or anything like that. Because it's a lot of situations where and I'm gonna say this on both sides, men and women. It's a lot of situations where women will deal with a guy, and yeah, he has money, he has a business, he has this, but he verbally abuses her. He physically abuses her. He holds stuff over her head. Same thing with a man. I mean, yeah, she got this going or whatever, and you running behind her, and she disrespects you. She treats you bad. But you're doing it all because this person is quote unquote got it. And if you had it, if you was working on your stuff, you wouldn't. That wouldn't be just the end all is all of them just having money. You would also look at their character too, if that makes sense.
Okay. What other characteristics do you feel a person should have in addition to having money?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, if what other characteristics? I'm thinking, what type of person this person is. Are they kind? Do they have a heart? You know what I'm saying? What type of intelligence do they really have? You know what I'm saying? How do they move? How do they treat their mama? How do they treat their daddy? You know what I'm saying? Just how do they navigate? You know what I'm saying? Do they make sense? How do they navigate through life? How do they move or whatever like that?
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
know?
I get what you're saying. And also, like, I know that you stated individuals should go 50-50. Does that include, and I know we talked off camera about it, but just
Hmm.
for the sake of the show, does that include, like, what all responsibilities, like when you say 50-50? I know you're not just talking about money. What other responsibilities come with that 50-50?
I'm glad you asked that. My perspective, if I'm going 50-50 with somebody, meaning for um, we come to an arrangement on the bills. We're both tending to the children. We're both cleaning. We're both cooking. We're both because I'm gonna share the responsibilities. If I'm 50-50 with you, I'm in with you. I'm for the team. I'm not for myself. You know what I'm saying? Let me say that again. I'm for the team and I'm not for myself. So I'm willing to, whatever you need me at that you couldn't do that day or whatever, we figure it out. We do it together. It's about being on a team. That's whatever the dynamics are. When I say 50-50, some people think it's just straight down the middle, but it's whatever the dynamics are that makes it basically fair for both parties. Fair for both parties because we're both in it. We're both getting our hands dirty. We're both, what I'm saying, whatever we got to do. You know what I'm saying? Do that make sense?
It does. So you're basically saying shared responsibilities.
Yeah, I'm a team player. Team player.
Okay. What would you say to those? And I ain't trying to get you in trouble
No, no,
with
no. Go
with
ahead. I
with
like
with,
you.
with your gender, but what would you say to those men that say, I want to go 50-50 financially, but I ain't doing no dishes, I ain't vacuuming. I like she's that's still her responsibility.
Shame on you. Shame on you. Because think about it like this. If you was with somebody, if a man is with a woman, and this is going on a lot now, not all women, but a lot of them, they want guys to pay all the bills, but they don't want to do the responsibilities that come with a guy paying all the bills. They don't want to clean, do nothing. They're thinking about themselves. So when you say that, oh, you know, I'm doing 50-50, but I don't want to, help with the house or do this, for you to expect that she go 50-50 or whatever, and you don't contribute to nothing that goes on with the house or the children or whatever, that's selfish. And I just think that that's terrible, terrible, terrible. You should be able to be a team player. It shouldn't be on one person. That's the whole point of that. Like for you to put it on one person, that's just selfish and mean, and it's just something I wouldn't do. You know.
Do you feel like if a person was to say, "Man, I ain't doing all that," do you feel like that would be an indication that they truly don't care about the person that they're with?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because if you in it, you gotta think about it like this: if you're in a relationship with somebody, you in it with somebody, you it's a me for you, you for me. You know, you're pouring in their cup. But how fair is it if they're pouring all they can in your cup, but you ain't giving them nothing else? You ain't giving them nothing. How fair is that? Reciprocation. That is the word today. Reciprocation.
Okay, let's say you hit the lotto. I'm a prophesy this over your life. Let's say you
Okay.
hit the lottery tomorrow and you're a millionaire. Are
Hmm.
you still making your significant other go 50-50?
I tell you what I would do. Um, if I was to hit the lotto, I would try to give her like I would try to come up with something like a business for her or something, or ask her what do what would you want to go in business with or something. I think I was talking to somebody that was saying something about real estate or something like that. But let's say the real estate or whatever like that. I would invest in that, and then that business would be her business. So you know what I'm saying, like whatever whatever she do with that, and we're in a household or whatever. Yeah, she would. I would want her to do something for the house, but it wouldn't have to be like major or whatever. It wouldn't have to be nothing major, straining. But I'm making sure that she's making her own money. So with her personal things like her nails and getting her nails done, this, that, and the third, or whatever, it's gonna be taken care of or whatever because she getting her own money.
Mm-hmm.
And and whatever she do with the house, it'll everything will work itself out, basically.
Okay,
Do that make
so
sense?
it does. So you spoke on reciprocity earlier.
I spoke on who?
How would a person know if they're being selfish within a relationship? Like, what signs would tell them, you know what, I'm being a selfish person?
When you can look over and you see that you're it's all on that other person. You got everything on that other person. You're not contributing to anything. If they got like I know a couple right now where the man, I'm not trying to point it that way, but the man, he was making all the money, paid all the bills, came home, cooked, clean, you know, whatever, tend to the children. If anything in the house needed to be fixed, he would fix it. This, that, and the third. I'm talking about all the way down to the middle. He did everything, and that woman didn't have to do. That woman didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing. But I'm saying like that's kind of selfish. You know what I'm saying? Because he has all that weight on his back, and you're not trying to do nothing. Nothing. When it's all on that other person's back. When you're not contributing. When it's just like, oh damn, this shit is unfair. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is kind of unfair. It's like you got a feeling. Like I'm self-aware on a lot of stuff I do, so it's like I'm like, dang, you know what? She she doing a whole lot, and I ain't really just put in nothing. I need to shape it up because when you use good people up, and they get tired of it, and they leave, they bounce. Who's to say that the next person is going to be just as good as that person that you just had that was willing to work with you? You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
It does. Supporting versus enabling. When are you, as a person in a relationship, being supportive to the person that you care about versus enabling them,
Mm.
as far as finances go? Because sometimes people do fall on hard times and they do need our help, but sometimes people are users who are trying to see what they can get, even when it comes to the respect of a relationship. Some people will get in relationships to use money, resources, time, whatever they can, and not contribute. So when would a person know hey, this person is using me versus they're just falling on hard times, and I need to support them.
Um, Supporting would be, you know, your girl is pregnant, and you know they got to go through that time frame where they might work up to a point, and then they can't work, and then they're gonna be off for a while the baby is out. You gotta hold down the fort. You know what I'm saying? That's just natural. You got to do that for a man. Maybe the man, okay, he was hard at working or whatever, he was doing his thing, and maybe the company fell through, and now he's out of work for a while. Okay, so he gets, get back on the feet, and then it's, hey, hold it down for me. He been holding it down. He do his thing. He been holding it down. Let me hold it down for him. But when it gets to a point where it's ridiculous, is when this person on the other side, man or female, they're just not trying at all, and it's all on you, and you see no effort within them, and it's like, well, this person he just taking me on a ride, or she just taking me on a ride. I mean, does that make sense? Do that?
Can you elaborate when you say they're taking you on a ride?
Meaning for, let me see, let me give you, it's like it's like, okay, it's been so long. Like, let's say the job thing. Okay, if y'all not look, if he or she is not looking for a job and not trying to, what I'm saying, cut down the stuff. Yeah, okay, it's okay for you to be out of work and not do nothing, trying to figure yourself out for maybe what, 3 months, maybe 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, maybe it might get that hard, but 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen it before. I've seen that before.
2 years.
I mean, yeah, I've seen it before. I've
What
seen that.
happened?
Well, basically, I had a friend that basically his woman, she was working somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And I guess she lost her job or whatever like that. And I guess she was looking probably, or said she was looking for about, like, what, about 3 months out, maybe 4 months out. And then, but him being the guy that he is, he like a hustler, he grind, he do his thing. She just basically, like, it's just got used to it. And he didn't ever try to push her or try to say nothing, or when you got certain women or whatever, like, you don't want to test them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to avoid conflict. He's an avoid conflict guy, but it got, what I'm saying? It just got piling on, piling on, piling on. It got too much, and he finally had to say something, and that had to end up turning into 2 years where she wasn't doing nothing. So she took him on a good ride. You know what I'm saying?
What's a
Good
good
ride.
ride?
Meaningful. She didn't pay for nothing. She didn't do nothing. She just flicked up fingernails and talked on the phone. Yeah, girl. Oh, he pulled out the bed. He's going. I'm good. I ain't got to do nothing. It got like that. It
Oh,
got.
it got to the point where she started bragging to her friends about the family
Mm-hmm.
and anything.
And he had to take a step. So I mean, that's taking somebody on a ride. I just think you people as us as people, we shouldn't want to use people. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you wouldn't want to be used. You wouldn't want nobody to do you like that. So I mean, I'm a firm believer of being fair, and if I'm gonna be with somebody like that, we gotta have an understanding. We gotta have a partnership. It's gotta be teamwork. It's gotta be some type of something. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the disclaimer, the 50-50, it's not the end all or is all. You can do either way, but it's a lot of variables that go along with it. It just, you have to have an understanding with that person. It's gotta be where both people are contributing and both people are happy within the situation. But as far as for me and my perspective, it's just like I need a partner. I need a teammate.
Is there a specific reason that you go 50-50? Do you feel it's just for um financial purposes, or do you feel like it's a good way to kind of weed out users?
A little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. Basically both. Because you know when somebody, I mean, a lot of the women that are praising or talking about a man need to pay all the bills, not all women, but most women, these are people that's looking for financial stability. They're looking for a guy to save them. That's the honest truth. I know people don't want to accept that, but that's the honest truth, you know? And I think that if a lot of the women were to basically get up and, you know, put it upon themselves to get their hustle on or whatever like that, and if you got money, you wouldn't worry so much about this guy having some money. He needs to have something to come together with you. He has to have something. He has to be able to have some potential, have something, and have something going to be with you. But it wouldn't be the end all is all. You know what I'm saying? Do that make sense?
It does. So you're basically saying like they bank too much on a man to take care of them.
Yeah, and let me say this: it's not just women looking for financial stability in men. It's men out there looking for financial stability within women because women are they are making a lot of money nowadays. They're doing their damn thing. So it ain't just women looking for financial stability. It's men out there too, and that's sad too. They need to get on their hustle too. So I just want to put that out there as well.
Okay, about so we kind of spoke about the women who look for like what are the characteristics, or have you ever seen a man firsthand who is trying to get the woman to take on the responsibility? And if so, could you kind of give an example of that?
Like, you talking about like basically how they would try to come
Yeah,
at them?
yeah, basically, if have you ever seen a man try to take advantage of the kindness of a woman financially? And could you
Oh,
kind of tell a story of a time when you saw it?
um, so I was dating a girl, right? And she was telling me about her previous guy. Now this girl, she's doing her thing. She's well off. She makes 150K plus a year. So the guy, this is how sad the guy was. He, I forget what she said. He was working or did he work? I think at this time he wasn't working, and basically he didn't he did. She had to come home. She had to do. She it was just like the other situation, but it was the woman doing it, right? All he had to literally do. Listen to me. All he had to literally do was take some money out of her account to put in to pay the light bill, and he couldn't even do that. I mean, like he's just he was a leech. You know, he's like, well, I guess my girl making money, I don't have to do nothing type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen it on both sides. So it ain't pretty on either side. I just think that people they gotta we gotta do better. You know, man and female. We just gotta do better.
Okay, with the situation with the guy who his significant other didn't want to work for 2 years. You said eventually
Mm-hmm.
he did say something. So with the situation with the young lady dating the male who didn't work, did she eventually end up saying something?
He's talking about, did he? You
You're,
talking about? Did, You
Your
talking about the
ex,
guy
did
that didn't
she
work?
yeah, did your ex end up saying something to her, to the guy she was dating, about him not working?
Definitely. She did, but it took a while, and it took for something dramatic to happen, other than the financial stuff. And when that came aboard, then she had to let him go. And it's kind of ugly.
Mm, wow.
Infidelity came apart, and in the part that's what made her pull the trigger.
And just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
basically, although she was holding it down, doing everything, taking care of everything, he still was, he had too much free time on his hands from not being
Yep.
productive.
Basically, and I think it took her a long time to let him go because they, they were high school sweethearts, so to speak. So that's all she knew. She knew him. She didn't know no other man. She never got into the dating scene like that. So that's all she knew.
Hmm.
So that's, I guess you can understand that would probably be hard to let go of somebody like that.
Okay. What advice would you give to someone who feels like they're being taken advantage of financially, whether it be a man or a woman?
Once you find out that somebody's taking you on a ride, leave them. Let them go. Get them far away from you. There are good people out here that are willing to work with you. There are good people out here that are willing, man or female, that are willing to work with you, willing to stick a hand, put a hand in there and help you. You know what I'm saying? Like say a man cutting the yard. Okay, the woman ain't gonna probably cut nothing with me, but if she could go come outside and bring me some lemonade, something, do something. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. You need somebody that don't mind helping you, giving you a helping hand. You know what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't be all on one person, man or female. It just shouldn't be. That's my perspective on it. And fun fact, like even if I think if you were to pay all the bills, that's something like on a wealthy level. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but on the regular guy level, like people that's making 30, 40, 50,000 a year, if a man and a woman get together, y'all both make 50,000 a year. If y'all put it together, that's 100,000 in the house. I mean, you can't beat that. Helping
Okay.
each other can help you. Helping each other can help the whole situation.
Okay. Speaking of, so we talked a little bit about the talk, the broke talk. How soon should a person that is carrying all the weight have that conversation with the person who doesn't have a job? Like when should that conversation of you got to find a job, when should that be enforced? Like how long should you wait before you like, all right now?
Um,
'Cause
that
2 years
can
is kind of a long time.
2 years is a long time. For me, I can only speak for myself, my perspective. Like I'm gonna give you 3, 4 months to get it together. You know what I'm saying? If we together and I got that love for you and we trying to make it work, I'm gonna give you 3 or 4 months before I get in your tail because like come on man, like it's got to be something out there. It's got to be something. You got to show me that you out here trying.
How you gonna
Because
make them forward you the copies of the applications when they fill out the application? You gonna make them forward you the email that says congratulations for applying to this job? You know, because some people say they applying and they not.
man, it's ways. We got a lot of technology now. It's ways to investigate to see if a person is doing what they say they're
That's
doing.
sad. You got to go through all that.
It is sad, but it's necessary. It's necessary depending. But you know what? That says something about who you pick too. We got to throw that in there too. Now I don't want to put it all on the women. You know what I'm saying? Because us as men, we make terrible choices on women sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like you should know that what type of situation you put yourself in because it's like the women are chasing the pockets, the men are chasing the looks, the body, or whatever like that. And if you letting the little head do so much thinking that the big head should think, then you already put yourself in that situation. So whatever come out of it, you kind of deserve that because you put yourself in that situation. Same thing with a woman. If she just going to be with a guy just because of his pockets and his money, so whatever comes with it, I hate to say it like that because that's a terrible thing. But you know, guys, like I said, not all guys, but a lot of guys that I've seen in those situations that make the money, and they pay all the bills. Some of them guys are terrible, man. They cheat on their wives. They beat on their women. They verbally abuse them. They hold stuff over their head. You wouldn't be nothing if it wasn't for me. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Women will stick with them because, hey, it's stability. It's financial stability. I don't have to pay nothing, but look what you got to go through. You know what I'm saying? So why go through that when you can come to the table with your own stuff and just build a partnership. It could be teamwork. You know what I'm saying? That's that's the way I see it.
Yeah, and like you said, when you have your own, it kind of gives you leverage, so you
Yeah.
don't have to stick with the wrong situation.
No, you don't have to stick it long. If you feel the fact that this ain't working for me, you can always leave. You don't have a reason to stay. You got your own money. You got your own money. But society now is like the way things are being presented is like you got a lot of these guys that are so proud to, you know, they call it what was it, tricking? They so proud to trick or whatever like that, and they doing it to the wrong type of women, and the women are just a lot of women, not all women, are prostituting themselves for a buck when they don't. If they got their own money, they wouldn't have to do all that. They wouldn't have to. You wouldn't have to sell yourself like that. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Hmm. You feel like they're basically not dating for love or because they care, but more so for they're in situations and stay in situations for monetary gain.
I'm gonna give you something that my dad would say. My dad, he calls it Rickyology. So you got 10 couples. Out of those 10 couples, you have two couples that basically are with each other because they love each other, they're for each other. It's a partnership, teamwork. They're all in. They all in with each other. You know what I'm saying? And they go on the distance. But those other 8 couples, this was the best that they can do. She got with him because he had money. It was financial stability. You know what I'm saying? He got with her because, man, she was fine. She had that fat booty, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? I ended up having a baby with her. You got stuck. Same thing, either way or whatever like that. But this was the best that they could do, and they just dealing with each other. I mean, whether you agree with it or not, but that's my perspective. Do that make sense?
It does. Okay, we are wrapping things on up. We coming up on our 40-minute mark. Do you have anything left to say before we wrap this thing on up?
I would also like to say big shout out to the big homie Cassell, you know what I'm saying? Fixing the game. If you haven't seen it on YouTube, you should. We got season 2 coming up. Uh, we got Going Legit, the movie. It's on YouTube right now. All you have to do is go to YouTube, type in Fixing the Game, and subscribe and you will see the Going Legit movie. It's a really good movie. I'm in it. Um, Other than that, I want to shout out, everybody that support me, and want to shout out Chanel. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? What's understood ain't got to be explained. That's my baby. And other than that, that's about it.
All right. Thank you, Cord, for being on the show. And you guys, thank you for watching. You guys have a great day on The Disconnect.